Prairie wheat in a cool design. Looks like a shield.
Yeah.
I like that. It's plain, it's simple, it's tough.
Yeah. We have a Cougar jersey on our Saturday home games.
Okay.
Yeah.
The third jersey, the home games? Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of home games, where is home for PHA?
Carenport.
And that's just outside Swift Current, right?
Just outside of Moose Jaw.
Moose Jaw. My apologies to everyone in the Prairie Hockey Academy. I thought it was Swift Current. Population of how many people? How many people in the school?
100.
Okay.
Around 100.
Falkovich taking it wide, gets a shot above the crease and over to the far side. Kept in there by McKee, and it's dumped in high. Kelly's able to grab the loose puck. Unable to get it up to the sideboards and stop there by 10, 11, 12. And now it gets out of the zone. Hachi. Is it Hachi or Hache?
Hashi.
Hashi? Okay. Yeah. Got our expert in how to pronounce last names. Apparently I butchered the goaltender's name last night. I apologize to the Shao family.
Yeah.
Is that correct? All right.
Yeah.
Out front it comes and it gets blocked away by Pilot Mound goalkeeper. In net today for Pilot Mound, number 30, Jose Gauthier Ramos, making the start for the Buffalo here. Jordan McGinnis getting the shutout last night, facing 25 shots in the 4-0 win. You guys like to see a little more shots towards the opposing goaltender than 25. You saw a lot of the pucks, easy shots, easy saves. I think with your game, you guys are going to be crashing that a lot more once you get in there. Puck is kept in there by Prairie Hockey. Jocelyn moving to the front of the net, looking to give some support. Instead it gets deflected and kept in there by Aikens. Aikens unable to get it deep, and it gets squirted out to neutral zone where Michael Spence is going to grab it, go wide. Gets a very lazy shot to the net, and there is Riley Gross making the stop and holding the whistle. 15-19 left here in the first period. Owen, what's the best part of your game when you're on the ice? Is it the forecheck, back check, pay check, goal scoring, assisting? What's the part of your game you love most?
Just the grinding, getting in the corners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a really good grinding game, not much like Sean. Are you very more like Steve Ott, perhaps?
Yeah.
There you go. You got a favorite player in the NHL?
Brendan Gallagher.
Brendan Gallagher.
Yeah.
If you could see Owen on camera, he's smiling from ear to ear, just like Mr. Gallagher does. Every single time I see him doing an interview, he is always smiling, and for every good reason, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you get to make it to the show, you better be smiling, right? Pilot Mound gets it into the blue line. Elder able to retrieve the block down there by Aikens. Down to Bear it goes. Bear gets bodied off the puck there as it comes to the defenseman, over to Larkins, over to Ewert. Sends it in deep, where Barry has it with his line mate, Elder. Tatarin gets it to the boys, gets it right out in front. Rebound there, Elder still has the loose puck. Does the circle around, gets it down low and back down to Larkins. Larkins looking to cross ice, but nobody's there. And Schindel is able to grab the loose puck and gets it up. Big body, watch out. That could have been dangerous. Elder gets the loose puck and he's going to dump it in. Gets it about halfway, and some of the players go for a change. We have two twins. Are the twins on the team or brothers?
Oh, there's brothers.
The brothers?
Yeah. 2 years apart.
2 years apart? Which one's the older one?
The defense. Oh, the bigger one.
The bigger one, okay.
The bigger one, yeah. I guess they're both defense.
Falkovich using his speed, goes wide. Great job by the defenseman, number 9. Ethan Kelly. He's the younger one, right?
Yeah.
There you go. He's the smaller one. That makes sense. Connors stops the puck there. Kelly gets it to the close boards here. Up to Ashton Paul. They get it to the blue line, and it gets sent down to the blue line. Change for both squads as it gets some fresh legs. Kelly has to retrieve the puck. Connors covers the front of the net. Comes up the half wall. Puck is kept in for a brief second. Goes back into their own end, and it's kept in there by McDonald. McDonald has the puck taken away by Ashworth. He uses his speed and gets out to the red line, and he's bodied there by Bull. Another body down low. But it's good to see some mucking.
Yeah.
You know, gotta touch him up once in a while, right? Make sure you're there. Make sure your gnome's there.
Oh, yeah.
Puck is shot on net just wide of Jose. And we're going to get our first whistle here and our first penalty perhaps. Against the Pilot Mound. Buffalo number 19, Leo Kajulik. 2 minutes for tripping. I'd like to see a head official actually give a little bit of effort on those penalty calls. I don't think he's going to get an Oscar for that one, but
Yeah.
it's still early. He's got to bend the knees, right?
Yeah.
Face-off is one kept in. Aikens has the first power play of the morning for the Cougars. Cross ice, shot on net, gets deflected wide by Urmos. Stays in the boards here. Great job by the Cougars to keep it down low. It's going to go around the sidewall. It's kept in, pushed back below the goal. First on the loose puck is Prairie Hockey. Up the sidewall it comes. Cross ice. Deflected on net and just out of the reach of Urmos' glove. Larkins tries to get it out. Unable to get it out for the Pilot Mound. It's kept in the blue. Aikens has to be careful. That was pretty close. Shot on net. Waffled aside by Urmos. Who's got the cannon on the power play, Owen?
Mikhail Horechka, number 6.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unable to get the shot off though, and
Yeah.
looking to reset. Goes back in the zone right away. Unable to hold on to possession is Prairie Hockey. Lots of seconds coming off the clock here. And they'll find some space and put it down. 50 seconds left on the power play. What have you seen so far that's working well for your team, Owen?
The passing's been good.
I'd like to see a little more time in the offensive zone too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll see a face-off here to the left of Jose Goche Urmos. With 25 seconds left in the power play for PHA. Just 2 shots on this power play thus far. None finding the back of the twine. Griffin will get thrown out of the face-off dot. Lee will take the face-off. He had a bit of aggression on him in the third period of last game. He was a little bit upset about something.
Yeah, he was a little mad.
Yeah. Is he one of those guys that leads by example, leads by the body, and takes matters in his hands?
Yeah.
Kind of that guy?
Yep.
We're going to need another pronunciation here pretty second. Number 4, Kribashewski.
Pribishewski, yep.
Oh, bang on.
Got it.
Got that one down, Pat.
Oh, yeah.
And that'll about do it for the power play. 0 for 1 for the Prairie Hockey Academy. 1 for 1 on the penalty kill for Pilot Mound. 10:27 left here in the first. I'd like to thank Owen Newbecker for joining us here in the first from the Prairie Hockey Academy. Where do you reside from, Owen? Where's your hometown?
Gravelburg, Saskatchewan.
Gravelburg, Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not familiar with my Saskatchewan geography. Whereabouts are we?
Southern Saskatchewan, just a small town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Near the...
20 minutes from your producer's hometown.
Oh,
Oh, really?
From the port.
Oh, really? Yeah. Nice.
something I didn't know. I'm getting a geography lesson here. I've been to several small towns. Estevan for one, Melfort another one.
Yeah.
Regina and Saskatoon, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I don't go to Saskatoon much anymore, thanks to Hudson's. Puck comes all the way to the neutral zone and out. Finding Ewart has to retrieve it. Gets it cross ice to Ashton Paul. Ashton Paul up to Colby Bear. Back to Paul. Oh, sorry, Tatarin's able to get it in deep. He's got Elder and Colby. Tatarin comes off and he gets stick checked very handsomely by Connors. Great stick lift. As he's about to take the shot away. Dangerous. It's always something that's dangerous. Backpedaling as a defenseman, throwing the pass up right through the middle of the ice.
Yeah.
Because you know 5 times out of 10 you're going to just whiff it. And it's going right on the opposing player. Instead, they got an icing call with 9:15. So, Owen, off season for you, a lot of training, a lot of development.
Yeah, mostly training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off ice, on ice.
Mostly off ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you
A
guys?
little bit of on ice.
So for your off ice training, were you given a program from the PHA to follow, or was it something you did on your own?
Mostly just on your own.
Okay.
Yeah.
describe to me or give me a bit of an example of what a normal day like is at PHA for the hockey players at the program.
We wake up, go to school, practice about 12 to 2, and then go back to school, and then have an off-ice class after school.
What
4 to 5.
What does the off-ice class entail?
Tuesdays and Thursdays we're in the gym. Mondays we do either video or yoga, and Wednesdays leadership.
So it's a pretty involved program. Do you enjoy the break in the middle of the day, having practice from noon to 2? That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I like that little break from school.
Yeah, it gives you something to look forward to?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What's your favorite off-ice part? The training, the video, or the yoga?
The training.
Training, okay.
Yeah.
You guys aren't doing any hot yoga or anything like that, are you?
No.
No, we're not getting into the studio version of yoga?
No, not yet anyways.
Not yet. We'll call it hockey yoga, right?
Yeah.
A lot of teams use that for the breathing. The McDonald on a partial break. And there is Captain Aikens taking the proper line, cutting the player off very effectively. Unable to get a shot off there was McDonald. Pushed off the puck, comes out to the neutral zone. Lee's able to get it past the red line and into Pilot Mound territory. Pilot Mound goes D-to-D. Good outlet passing there through the neutral zone. Throws it in deep. Is Michael Spence. It's going to sit there behind for Aikens. Aikens throws it up to the half wall, gets it up. Just unable to get it to his centerman. He gets put into the zone. Effectively chasing it is Lee, using his wide body. Checks it out in front, just nobody there for the pass. And gets out of the zone to Bear. Bear gets by the defenseman, Krabishewski. Back pass to nobody. Looked cute. Shot on, rebound was right on the stick of Elder. He just couldn't get it by the keeper, Riley Gross. Pass out in front, saved there by Gross yet again. Rebound is front, puck is loose. It's still there on somebody's stick on a string, but gets out of the play. Wow, interesting play. Another shot just wide on the blocker side by Tatarin. Not one of those types of plays you like to see, Owen, coming right through the middle of the slot with the puck. I'm sure the coach will have a discussion with him later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're so calm. Yeah. He's going to get a talking to. Yeah, he's good. He won't be doing that again. No. Right into the glove. Oh, he drops it. Hold on. And it gets no goal. Interesting form. I don't know. We're going to get a call here from the head official. It was in Riley's glove, and he lost control of it. Then it got put in his pads. Looks like the face-off is going to stay in PHA territory. Meeting of the stripes. And they're calling it a goal. Rather unfortunate set of bounces. Yeah. Riley had it in his glove. I guess it got stuck in the mesh of the glove, and then it got thrown between his pads. And that will be the first goal of the night. Morning, I should say. Just unfortunate there, Ewan.
That is unfortunate.
I think Riley, was he looking to play that puck maybe? Try to get it out? Or
yeah,
just...
he's going to probably try to put it into the corner or something.
Yeah.
In the net or something.
Bit of a discussion here between the officials and Captain Aikens to try to get an explanation as to why the whistle wasn't blown, perhaps, or we've seen in the NHL a lot on where the puck is loose in the crease, and it's if you push the goalie in, it becomes not a goal but an interference on the goalie call.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we were discussing there, because a lot of players were pushing against the goaltender's pads, also going for the puck, but the official has made the call. It's a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
6:40 left here in the first period. Bull puts the brakes on, loses the puck for a second, gets it over to his D-man, and out of the zone it comes. The speed of 10, 11, and 12 helps out just over the glass, over the bar it goes. Holland unable to get it down low. He gets the intercepted pass, gets a shot on net, and this time Gross holds on to the puck for the whistle. Couple of pushes A little bit of emotion being carried over from yesterday evening's game. And clearly, Prairie Hockey not very happy with that decision by the official on that goal about 20 seconds ago. So face off to the left of Riley. Get a touchdown here. 10, 11, 12 on the lineup for the Pilot Mound. Holland gets the face off down low to McKee. McKee gets held up there in the sidewall. Falkovich gets a shot on just wide. It's returned high and hard by Coffin. Gets it in deep. Connors has a bit of an issue there with it. Gets it up to the sidewalls and none further. Coffin with the shot and the rebound's there, and between the end scores. Rebound was put in there by number 12, McKee, off a shot from the point by Coffin. Makes it a 2-0 game for Pilot Mound. Goaltender having a bit of an issue with 2 last rebounds there. Trying to right the ship. Captain Aikens over there telling him to calm down. We got you. How important is it to have a veteran like your Captain Aikens there, holding on to the team? Is he more of a vocal leader, lead by example on the ice?
Yeah, he's a vocal. He's always there for the boys.
Takes care of a lot of the boys, leads a lot of the team building exercises.
Yep.
A lot of big things are expected for you guys. I mean, starting out 4-0, you did very well on the last week. Your goaltenders, your forwards, you got a really solid, sound game from what I've seen, and just got to get the body moving, get the bodies bouncing, and definitely getting that puck in the opposing zone is what helps you guys the most.
Yeah, it's got to get some more shots.
Yeah, shots would help, yes.
Yeah.
Only had about 3 or 4 so far in the first. That'll be a delayed offside here as the puck came outside with a Pilot Mound player trapped in. So on the road, short bus ride, but what were you guys doing on the bus? Movies, games?
We usually play cards.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right on.
Sleep a lot.
Sleep a lot, a little rest. A little bit of music in the iPods perhaps?
Yep.
Yeah. What's in the tunes block right now?
Country.
Country? Yeah?
Yeah, hip hop.
Country and hip hop. So a little bit of Conway Twitty meets Young Jeezy or something like that? I don't know. Yeah. Tells you I just put myself out of date. I just aged myself, eh, Owen? No, I don't mind the country. Country these days sounds too much like pop music anyway. I mean,
yeah, it's changed a lot.
Florida, Georgia line, like no Garth Brooks, no Tim McGraw no more.
Yeah, I like the old stuff more.
You like the old stuff more? All right, okay. Yeah, I'm a big Garth Brooks fan. I don't mind it. It's good stuff. Yeah, little Hank Jr., little family tradition, right?
Oh yeah.
There you go. So back home, do you have a large acreage? Is quiet home?
Well, we sold our land a few years ago.
Okay.
Now we just live on the farm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What kind of farm was it?
Grain farm.
Grain farm?
Yeah.
So all this water wouldn't have helped you, right?
No.
No, you've been in a little bit of trouble?
Yeah.
4:53 left here in the first. Face-off came all the way down. Unable to keep it in is Rechka. The cannon, as Owen says. And it comes in. PHA getting down low where they like to do most of their dirty work below the goal line. Back to the point. Going D to D over to Aikens. We've got a power play for Prairie Hockey. And unable to keep it in is number 6, Rechka. And we have 1:35 on the power play left. Looking to set it up quick and get down below to the opposing net. Aikens is able to skate up. Gets it in deep, gets thrown high. Ashworth getting chased. Uric gets to the loose puck first. He's able to get it up high. Hits the ceiling. I almost got my first souvenir. I haven't gotten one in the rink yet, but that's okay. Nonetheless, the face-off will stay in deep. A very big team. You're the small. You're one of the smaller guys on the team.
I think I'm the shortest.
Are you the shortest?
I think so.
But your brothers protect you for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Brothers in arms, good.
Oh yeah.
Who's the biggest hitter?
Probably Tyson Kistner.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't want to get caught in the trolley tracks with him, eh?
Oh no.
No. She gets a shot deflected. It stays below the goal line. Out front it comes. Rebound is there. Puck is loose. And Jose Ramos is able to hold on for the whistle. First sustained attack by PHA on the power play here with a couple of good chances, just unable to get it above the shoulders of the small netminder. He goes down, leaves a lot of net up pairs. Maybe that'll be the TSN turning point perhaps for you guys. Hopefully. Getting some goals up in there.
Yeah.
Minute left on the power play, gets all the way down. Riley brings it below the goal line, set it up for the breakout. Right on the tape of Elder, able to get that deflected. Bit of a muck up here in the neutral zone. Just past Elder over to Uric. And we get thrown high up in the air over Prevashewski, and down the ice it goes. 35 left on the power play. So far 0 for 1. And just 2 shots on the power play for Prairie Hockey. I'd like to thank our game day sponsor, the Pilot Mound Millennial Recreation Complex here, for giving us a beautiful facility, and some of the ongoing events will be discussed later in this morning's game. The puck gets tipped in and unable to keep it in the zone is PHA. The Cougars will have to settle for a face-off. Walker Douglas, Texas Ranger. Is that his nickname? Could be.
Could be, yeah.
Pretty close, Walker.
Yeah.
Right on. Tall individual, and able to get that reach to keep it inside the blue. Face-off is taken down by Holland. Holland using the speed to go wide. Able to get by one defenseman. Still got some music running here. It's all good. Face-off, or sorry, the power play is now over. 0 for 2. Puck is thrown in deep, and there is. Oh, off the skate of Paul, and it trickles wide of the goal. Falkovich able to get it past the D, and Ashworth cuts him off quickly there. Roscoe tries to send it in deeply, gets off the shin pad, and gets sent in there. Kept below the net by Ermos. Stops it there for Paul. Good outlet pass over to Holland. Holland takes it deep. Fenceman loses a wheel. Great save made by Gross, and he's holding on for the rebound. Great job there controlling the rebound, knowing that Falkovich was on the way in for it. Defenseman unable to just hold on to his bearings. Blew a tire. It's unfortunate. Something on that blue line I think is tripping up a lot of players, because there's about 3 or 4 of those yesterday as well. So maybe we'll get that ice shaved.
Yeah.
Face-off is gloved and held there on the shot. We'll do it all over again 5 seconds later from the same spot. Kalujic on the face-off here. He gets thrown out. I guess the official didn't like the smell of his jersey, so he said, get out of here. I've never seen 2 face-off people thrown out in the same face-off, but yeah, I'm sure it's happened.
I've never seen it either.
Douglas gets to the blue line, not farther. Kept in the zone by Kalujic. And he gets checked there quickly. Good job there getting up to Shindo. Shindo goes wide on the pile of non-defender. Takes a shot, deflected. And he gets sent below the goal line. On the post wall, here's back to Larkins. Larkins throws it up the far side to Spence. Kept in the zone. Aikens with a spin move. Just unable to get it back on his stick. And a little bit early on the touch-up. And now we're all clear. Parliament looks to set up. It's a pass up to McDonald. Up to Tatarin. Tatarin gets the blue line, throws it across. Aikens there with the handy stick once again. Intercepting that pass. Up to Ashworth. Ashworth looking to get into the zone. We have 1 minute left here in the first period. Pass out front. Stopped by Ewart. Gets passed up to Elder. Elder deflects it into the zone. Gross quickly gets it out of the attack zone into the neutral zone. Arthurson gets it stopped there by Ashworth, intercepted. Lee lays on the body to Arthurson. Both players go down. Ewart, bit of skating room, and throws it in just wide of the keeper. Colby Bear is on it fast, first to the puck. Bit of a battle here on the close wall. We have 29 seconds left in the first. I'm gonna ask you real quick, Owen, what do you think the message is going to be going into the first intermission for the guys?
We got our legs moving, just be smarter with the puck, get in the offense.
Yeah, getting in the offensive zone. Do you guys notice a big difference when it comes to the second period with the long changes? You notice sometimes lines will stay a little bit longer. And
yeah, sometimes get caught on the change.
yeah. That middle frame can prove dividends. Last game you guys had, I believe it was 6 penalties consecutive called.
Yeah.
You were ready to go on the puck. Just the problem was the puck wasn't there on a lot of those checks. So hopefully we stay out of the penalty box and keep the legs going in the second for the boys in blue.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Just about to end up wrap up here on the first period. Going around to Retschke. Retschke's able to get the puck up. Gets his hands dirty there for a second. Couple of pushes, couple of shoves. Perhaps they'll discuss a pregame meal during breakfast as the whistle goes. And the first period's over with the score 2-0 for the Pilot Mound. Buffalo. Owen, I'd like to say thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was always fun to talk and get to know a little bit about small town Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
My producer's real happy to get the shout out to the hometowns. And good luck for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with an interview with perhaps Ginger Collins, and we'll talk about the Pilot Mound Millennial Recreation Complex right after this. after one. The male varsity team up 2-0 against Prairie Hockey. Joining me now is the female varsity head coach, Coach Harry Mahesh. The Mahesh is the nickname. One of them, we should say.
One of them. Yeah.
One of them. He's got many. Coach, talk about the progression of this team that you saw from last weekend into yesterday's game against Rink.
You know what? Our first and second period was good. I think they're starting to believe in themselves a bit more. To be honest, you can only improve on skill so much over 1 week. It's really got to come between the years, and they wanted it. Obviously, there's a lot of things to improve on in terms of conditioning and stuff like that, penalty troubles. But no, I think they're starting to believe they can compete, and you saw it yesterday.
Absolutely. The offense in the first and second was much more prevalent in that game, and I look at it combined all 4 games the weekend prior. How exciting was it to see Gracie Perry get the Hattie?
Oh, she deserves it. After last year, I said, if you could find a little bit of that offensive touch, you're going to get noticed. And she came back, and it's been night and day. Like, she was a force for us last year, but now she's getting the numbers that kind of back it up and kind of show the player she really has become.
Talk about leading by example, the speed, the grittiness she has, but all 3 goals were of different nature. One was a carom off the sidewall. The second one was a rebound off a nice long shot by Dawachuk. And the third one was a bouncing off the shoulder, fortuitous. I mean, if there was a Gordie Howe hat trick, that's pretty much it without the fight.
Yeah, no, they were, what I called them yesterday, they're all hockey goals. They're actually goals that you practice, that you draw up, and it's simple, right? You never drop a highlight reel goal. And I wouldn't say any of them were highlight reel goals. They're perfectly executed plays that we run in practice, and they got to believe that doing those over and over are going to pay off like it did yesterday.
So working on the confidence with this young squad is number 1, and just battling a full 60 minutes would be number 2, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a little bit of conditioning. When you have a lineup that's fairly new still, they got to understand what it takes to play, especially the girls that want to play a lot of minutes. There's no freebie minutes, you got to earn them, and when you earn them, you got to be able to still produce something. So that'll come with time, but I think they saw it as a good lesson yesterday.
Absolutely. Coach Harry, I want to say thank you very much for joining me, and good luck in today's game. The time is 1 o'clock this afternoon. We'll be right here with you on the Pilot Mound Hockey TV, and we'll be right back for the second period action. Welcome back. Second period action here between the Prairie Hockey Academy Cougars taking on the hometown Pilot Mound Buffalo here at Blackjack Stewart Arena. 2-0 is the score. The speed and grittiness of the home squad is definitely taking its toll on the play style and the game plan of the Cougars so far. Talking with injured player number 12, Owen Neubecker, and he wants to see his team drive to the net a little bit more, get some more pucks on the keeper, Jose Gauthier Ramos, who wasn't extremely busy, but nonetheless, he did make some saves. Face off there, won by Tatarin, back to Ewart. Ewart and Bull are playing defense here together, going cross ice, back to Ewart. It's a great spin move there with the speed. He's able to get into the neutral zone. Good pass over to Bear with the goal scorer, first goal of the game on the rebound issues that goaltender Riley Gross was having in the first. Hopefully he's corrected that here in the period. Ewart goes down low, goes over the net, back below the goal line to Elder. Elder loses the puck there, and we get a penalty as the captain, number 15, Aikens, is going to go off for interference early part of the second period here. Ten, 11, 12 line gets the first crack at this power play. Holland takes the face-off over to McKee. McKee gets it down low up to Coffin. And that puck did come out of the zone, and it will be a offside. Larkins getting the puck from Coffin. Holland gets it in down low, uses that speed. He's going to get trapped there by Kelly, the older of the Kelly brothers. Larkins shot on, goes wide of the net. On the half wall it is. Unable to get the puck out of the zone as the Cougars. He finally gets out of the zone. Larkins unable to get to it. And it goes D to D over to Coffin. As we say hello to a good friend of ours, Mr. Matty Harold, alumni of the Buffalo program. Good morning, Matty.
Hey, Bill, how's it going?
It's going great, man. Good to see you this morning.
Yeah, you too.
I was speaking to you off air a little bit, how we were reminiscing a little bit of our first interview a couple years back. Basically our 2-year plus 5-day anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, how young you were back then.
Things have changed.
Things have changed. How is the season for you and the Flyers?
It's awesome. It's a lot different. But you know what? It's a big learning lesson. We got a really good group, and I think it'll be a good first year for me.
Played a couple games last year with them, get you a taste of the action in the MJ.
Yep.
What's the big difference between the game that you see in front of you and now playing in the MJ?
You know what? You just got to think so much quicker. Being out there is not that much different. It's just putting it all together. I think coming here, it taught me the game, and the hardest part out there in junior is just putting it all together. But yeah.
Rebound was left in front, just unable to get it past the keeper. Jose shoots it over to Ewart. Ewart's by himself. He's got to wait for a couple of teammates to get back in the zone for the breakout. Maddie, what number you were in this year?
Number 10.
Last year you were 19, right?
Yeah.
You happy with 10?
Yeah, I wore 10 when I played up last year, and it just kind of felt right. 10 or 19, it was no big deal for me. Just a number.
Just a number, he says.
Yeah.
Gross able to get the rebound away from harm's way. Down low it goes to Bear, just over his stick. Elder's going to put a rush on it, get to the loose puck first, tries to send it down low. And there's Connor stopping the puck. And we get another chip up on the stick, but it gets out of the zone to Ewart. What do you notice so far in the first period from the Buffalo?
It's really physical. Both these teams are super physical. Obviously, Prairie's a real good team. Big test for the Buffs. They took it yesterday. Right now they're playing well, but so is Prairie. Hopefully they can take it again. Guess we'll see.
Yeah, it's a much different from watching last night's game versus the season last year. Ebbs and flows, great job there. Great break off by Taran. He was able to get that shot on the interception of the pass. Puck still stays down low on the close boards here. Good battle. PHA is able to get it up, and it gets just by Lee. It'll be right on the keeper. Jose Ramos puts it dangerously to his defenseman and squirts out where it'll get, where Colby Bear gets it up through center, through the cross ice. Delayed penalty against the Cougars. As McDonald grabs it, looks for a pass in front, finds Spence. Rebound is there and stopped by Riley Gross. Great setup. Getting the pass right in front of the net was Michael Spence. Just unable to pull the trigger. Matt, you would have probably had that upstairs.
I don't know.
I don't know, right where Mama hides the cookies?
Yeah.
That's still the biscuits are still upstairs. How many goals we got in the season so far, Matty?
Non-regular season. We're only a couple games
Okay,
in.
early start of the season?
Yeah, had a good preseason. Got a couple goals, couple points. Still waiting to get going. Once I get one, I think I'll go get a few more.
Played Friday in Wayway?
We played Friday, one against Wayway.
Right on.
Yeah.
The Wolverines got a pretty good squad as well. They're a pretty mature group.
Yeah, they were real. It was a tough game, but it's a big test for us too.
Tough sledding all the time in the MJ.
Exactly.
Power play here for the Herd. Intercepted there by Pribishewski. Just going to love saying that name. It's one of those names you just got to learn how to say.
Yeah.
But how was the off-season? Training, working?
Yeah, at the lake, working, driving in all the time to skate and work out. But no, it was a good off-season.
Where's the cabin at?
It's up by Grand Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good off-season. I think it was good. Give the body a bit of a rest. I think that's what it needed.
I'm going to ask you this question as a player, but also as a person.
Yeah.
How important is it to hit the reset button in the off-season?
Really important. I'm a strong believer that you should be on the ice on the off-season, but you do need a break. Your body needs a break. You need to refresh everything, and I think that's exactly what I did.
Wow, what a setup. That was absolutely magic, simply spectacular. I can't think of any other English phrases to say during the premiership, but simply golden. Talk about spreading the ice. Bull goes cross ice to McKee and beautifully set up on the goal. Talk about spreading it 40 feet to both sides. Riley Gross had no chance.
Wow. Perfect setup.
I mean, you could have probably potted that one. I could have probably potted that one.
I bet you could.
Great goal by the Pilot Mound on the power play. We'll get the announcement here in a second, but all started with the vision of the defenseman, number 17 Bull. Here comes Colby Bear, goes back and able to get the pass, and Gross able to squeeze the pads just enough. He's having a bit of difficulty on those low shots, but it's going to be one of those hard-fought games for this PHA team. They're just unable to handle the speed, it looks like. Is that the right way to look at this?
Yeah, Pilot Mound came out strong. That's what it looks like.
Got a
no neck guard.
No neck guard. Is that the warning?
Yeah.
Oh, Brett. He'll learn. Kalujic takes his place as Colby Bear takes the face-off. 3-0 is your score for the Herd so far early in this second period. Maddie, I also heard you got your first real job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working in the nutrition world.
Yeah. Supplement King. Some Winkler.
Yeah. Good spot over there, eh?
Oh, it's a perfect location. Super awesome store. I love it so far.
Great staff. They do deliveries. Team deliveries.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do. We actually work with our team.
Yeah.
Get us what we need as of supplements and recovery stuff. So yeah, it's perfect.
I mean, nutrition and that type of supplement world has grown so much in professional sports and amateur sports. Talk about recovery, tissue repair, the whey, the caseins, the snacks on the go, the goos.
Yeah. Well, at that level, there's there's so much that you can use to an advantage when it comes to that stuff. So why not?
And the key main thing I'm going to say, coming from the nutritional world and the health and medical profession in my other life, you always want to maintain balance in meals and not review supplements as being the be all and end all.
Yeah.
Supplements are exactly that.
Yeah.
They are there to supplement a good meal program,
Yeah.
properly planned program, getting the right carbs, fats, and proteins in your body as well. So, Supplement King and Winkler, look forward to having them on board throughout the year with us. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention a favorite go-to on my hand, but I got lots. I'm a big fan of the amino acid and recovery. That's a big one for me.
Yeah.
Especially after a long night.
Lots of, I'm a big guy for BCAAs.
Okay.
I think that's super important.
Absolutely. It's the foundation of proteins.
Yeah.
So if it's broken down for you, it takes less energy to break it down if it's already there.
Yeah.
Kind of puts on the brakes, 5-on-5 action, give it get up to Falkovich. Here it gets it caught up into his pads. Holland, Keelan Holland, we talked to yesterday. From the paw, he speaks very quietly in the mic, but he speaks profoundly on the ice. Very good game for him last night, goal and assist on the 4-0 win. Here comes Lee, he's able to dump it in deep and goes first to the puck. Urich's going to let him get the first one. Goes back to the point to Prevashewski. Prevashewski shoots it right in the pads, and it gets sent out of the zone where Kelly has to grab it. He goes off the far wall. Griffin gets stick checked there, and Jose Goche Ramos will stop the puck, get a whistle. We'll get a stoppage in play here. 12:39 left in the second. Maddie, would you rather have speed or rather have size?
Well, for me, it's speed. I don't think I'd give anything up for that.
No, you can't hit what you can't catch, right?
No, it's such a big part of lots of people's games. And
We've seen that transition happen now, and even in the pros,
yeah.
where we see a lot of big guys, but unless they have that speed, they're not looking to punish people with the body.
No, the game's changing a lot these days. I think for better.
Case in point, the Jets defense, although it's pretty new, they're not very big.
No.
The Flyers, they a big team or a little team? Or mixed?
I wouldn't say we're too big. Physical. We're physical.
Physical?
Yeah.
Any Donnybrooks yet this year?
No.
No?
No, not yet.
We don't even see any of those anymore, do we?
No.
Unless it's a 9-1 game and it's out of hand, we might see some emotions fly, but
Yeah. Not for me, but
you better keep your gloves on.
not for me yet.
Not yet, he says.
Yeah. it'll come.
Shot from the point, deflected, great tip. And just wide is Kobe Bear as he was diving for the loose puck. Rebound is brought into the neutral zone, where Bull passes very dangerously in front of his own net. Bear's unable to get it out of the zone, kept in there for a brief second, blocked there by Jace Larkins. Up to Bear. Bear gets interfered with by Connors. A light bump, no call on the play. Colby shoots it into the zone where we'll have an offside. Feel weird watching your old team play, Maddie? Or
Yeah.
yeah?
I miss this place.
You miss this place?
Yeah.
What's the best part about, you miss this place, so what do you miss most about not being in Palanam?
Just the atmosphere of the
Yeah.
town. It's a small town. Coming to the rink every day. I just wish I could relive another day of it.
I mean, having a rink at your disposal is pretty special. Knowing you can come out here when you have a little bit of time off and little skins and pucks and have some fun.
Yeah, it's always going to have a special place.
Good for you. You miss the boys and hanging out in the dorms?
Oh, yeah.
The meals being made for you?
I do miss those dorms, yeah.
I guess you got to do your own laundry, but other than that,
Yeah.
everything else is taken care of, man.
Yeah. Life was easy.
Like, you know what? These boys have it good here, and then
Yeah.
what Mr. Collins has been able to do over the last 5
Yeah.
years has been pretty special. If you want to play hockey and you want to go to school, good place to do it.
You can move on. So many options from there.
Absolutely. Jose holds on to another loose puck and gets a whistle. Hasn't really been tested much with a lot of hard shots, but he's pretty strong thus far on the ground. You missed Jordy's shutout last night. Jordy McGinnis, 25 save shutout. I almost jinxed him with 3 minutes left. I was going to use the S word. Instead, I said swords.
Oh,
So we talked about swords for the last 3 minutes yesterday. I apologize, but I couldn't say the shutout game.
well, good for him. He's working hard, and I know that. So
Yeah, a good veteran between the pipes there. He had a interesting season last year, a little ups and downs, but
super lucky to have him back.
yeah,
He's a good kid.
trying to lose it there on the blue line. Comes back one-on-one. The shot and gets deflected out of harm's way. Pilot Mound's able to get into those shooting lanes very quickly, getting those pucks deflected away from harm. Gets dumped into the bench, making sure the Cougars are alive, as they are. Talking with Owen, number 13 on the Cougars team, Tyson Kistner, is the gentleman to watch out for if you get caught in the trolley tracks. He's a guy that likes to lower the boom and take names while at it. Face-off comes left of Ermos. Won there by Coffin. Maddie, do you remember when you got your first call saying you're coming to Pilot Mound?
Yep, I do. I remember coming for my first skate. Because
Is that 3 years ago?
it would have been 3 years that I came for a skate.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Kyle Moore, told me about it. Didn't know what I thought, and I said, well, why not go for a skate? And next thing I know, signing a contract. That was the best thing I ever did.
Didn't look back since, right?
Nope.
No, it's always good to talk. Matty Harold, who wore number 19 for 2 seasons here at Pilot Mound. Led the team last year in scoring, correct? Really good job by the boys. Save there made by Riley Gross, and he holds on for the whistle. 8:51, 3-0 is your score here in period 2. Missed the bus trips, or the bus? How different are the bus trips for you?
Oh, different. I'm a rookie now, so
Oh no,
not quite the luxury I used to have, but
can't tell those stories on air, I guess.
no, probably not. I miss the longer trips, obviously, overnights,
Yeah,
seeing some pretty cool places. But no, it's different, but it's a new chapter.
but I mean, you talk about the trips. When you get to go to Idaho,
Oh yeah,
Penticton,
Yeah.
Banff, Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were playing, you know, any type of other hockey but under the age of 17, and you're telling me you're going to those places all in 1 year, how could you not say no? Like, you have to say yes. Like,
exactly. It's true.
just the experience
Not-
off the ice.
Not a lot of people can say they've done that.
You know what? I've always
Without
said,
hockey.
if you have an opportunity to travel and do something you love while doing it, do it.
Yep.
Because you never know when you're going to have that next chance. So,
Yeah.
delayed penalty here for the Buffalo.
Oh.
2 minutes for roughing. A little bit of extra action on the close wall here. We'll see the power play again for the Cougars. See if they can light the lamp behind the Pilot Mound Buffalo netminder. Ashworth taking the face-off against Holland. Holland pretty strong in the face-off dot. Gets it back to Tynan Ewart. Ewan Tynan and Mr. Brett Tatarin were kind of the leaders last year on the team. What do you like in Tynan's game so far in the first half of this game?
Well, he's leading out there. You can tell. He's a leader out there, and that hasn't changed since last year. I mean, obviously miss playing with him, but it's good to see him out here doing so well.
He's always so humble.
Yep.
And I mean, talking with him off the ice, I mean, he's a very good track and field star, so I've been told.
Yeah. Who knew? Oh, track and field. Yeah, I didn't know he was a cross country guy though. Apparently he is.
He wasn't good on the long jump, but long distance running, I guess the endurance helps out.
No, he's I guess just kind of an athlete all around.
Great save by Ermos, gets the puck out of the zone by Holland. Great job. I was never one built for long distance running. I was like Big Joe, and he was more like Little Mac when it came to running. On the
nice
penalty
shot.
kill, short-handed
Nice save.
chance by Bear, and a good sliding save by Riley Gross there. 51 left on the penalty kill for the Buffalo. Yeah, I've seen some pictures of Tynan. He's got the long distance curse.
Yeah.
He can run.
Yeah.
I just felt like running. And yourself, are you a track and field star?
Oh yeah, I love track and field. Did
Yeah.
it last year. sprinter though, no long
Yeah, I was.
distance.
You put a chocolate bar at the 101 meter part of the dash, I was there. A little bit better if there was a 6-inch sub, but nonetheless.
That's a good trick.
Oh, and there they get Lee on the rebound. Finally breaks the circle for the number 1 spot on the scoreboard. Jose unable to control that rebound and get a little further out of his reach, but this might be the opening of the gate perhaps for the Cougars as they get the power play marker just under 7 minutes left. 3-1 hockey game for the Buffalo. Best way to answer a goal like that, Matty, is put one back in, right?
Yeah.
See if the 10, 11, 12 line can do that. Kind of their nickname. It's also the jersey numbers they have.
It's a super strong line they got there.
Fast.
Yeah.
All new guys too. I mean,
They're putting up points too, and that's good.
Falkovich had the breakaway. Holland had the rebound shot last night. So
Physical too.
oh yeah, they're. I want to say they're kind of like Sean Avery wrote the smack talk. And, a little bit of bump and a good bump there by Holland. Oh, the penalty there coming up for PHA, caught up on the trip. Couple of stare downs between both the players. Looks like it'll be Garrett Hatchie going off 2 minutes for tripping after the big hit by Holland. Couple of monkey chirps down there. No harm, no foul.
Nope.
Nothing. Just shut up.
Let him talk.
Just go to the box, right?
Yeah.
Power play for the Buffalo. You got Coffin getting the puck at the top, gets a shot. Hits his own player right in the middle section there. Uritt able to keep it down low. And there is McKee. McKee and Uritt looking to get the puck loose. Tied up there by the Cougar player, and they get it out back to Holland. Holland goes across to Coffin. Coffin skating out. Shot is there. Rebound is sent wide to the far side. Kept in there by Uritt. Uritt goes down low to McKee. McKee going to slow down and hold traffic there. Top umbrella is set with 3. Falkovich, a little bit of pushing back there by the defenseman. Gets it down to McKee. McKee goes around the goal line. Connors intercepts it there for a split second, but he's met there by Holland. McKee gives him an extra muscle. When it comes to the point, Coffin across to Uritt. Uritt gets it across to Coffin. Coffin from the front. Shot is deflected just over the glove and wide. On the close wall here it comes to Holland. A couple of circles he has. It goes across to an open D and it gets sent outside the line. 50 seconds left here on the power play. 10, 11, 12 still out there. Holland passes to himself on the far wing. Gets that speed.
Nice speed.
Colby Bear up to Uritt. Uritt's going to slow it down. Comes across the blue line looking for a shooting lane. Finds Bear. Bear with the shot low, and Falkovich just misses the tip on the far post.
Come on, Ty.
Uritt. Good puck moving here so far.
Nice.
Uritt with the shot and a save made by Riley Gross with 20 seconds left on the power play. 3-1, it's still your score. Good puck movement there on the power play.
Yeah. You gotta get them moving and hold on to that puck, get a good shot.
Just a little bit of a screen would have been nice.
Yeah, a little bit more.
On that last shot, but nonetheless, Brett Tatarn on the face-off. Must have found a net guard somewhere. Bull gets a shot deflected high above the goal crease and into the protective netting. Protecting those fans over there against the brick wall. Tatarn with the face-off again. Still keep in touch with some of the old boys?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you guys talk about?
Well, I don't really know. Just how the seasons are going and seeing if we'll be able to get together sometime.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about the NHL 19 and who was the better players, and a bit of rivalry between you and, was it Leo or Eli?
For NHL 19? That was Avante.
Avante, that's right, yeah. That's who it was, yeah. The chirper.
Yeah.
Starting fuse with NHL
talk.
19.
Yeah.
Have you played the new one yet or no?
Did you ask them about 20 or not yet?
No, we haven't talked about 20. We haven't got that far yet on the bus rides. We started talking a little bit of team building with the guys, and how great they've been able to just really glue and mesh so quickly. Talking to Rod Collins, Rod was on the ice with him on Friday for their practice, and he talked about the experience these kids have and being able to share the experience. And I said, you know, it's the players leading by example, knowing that those examples have to be improved every day. And that's exactly how this team has really portrayed itself in the early part of September and October. They know how good they are, but more importantly, they know where they have to get to. And by leading by that example on the ice, they're pushing each other to do that. And clearly in this weekend's games, as the puck just comes out of the blue line here, and gets quickly checked. There's Eli Delp. Eli got a little bit of size over the offseason.
Yeah.
He's not just a little guy anymore. He's been more the utility guy yesterday, playing a little forecheck, little back check, hopefully getting that paycheck soon.
Attaboy.
Shot is sent wide on Jose. Bit of a hit there. Awkwardly caught Larkins as he goes to the ice. Delp goes in there to the sidewall to give help. And it gets brought outside the blue line where Kelly has it. Kelly's looking to put it back into the zone. He gets a little bit of a push from Spence. Gets sent all the way in. Jose's able to stop it for a brief second. It gets brought all the way back to the blue line. Pribishewski takes the shot. Delp doesn't know where it is. And it gets sent, gets cleared out. Still falls down the same way. That was a big pop. Wasn't expecting that one. Going off the ice for a change, and he gets the puck thrown right at him. Biff. Not cool. Balkovich. Puck got stuck in between the officials' line. A couple of choice words by the Pilot Mound team there. We won't repeat those. Starting to see a little bit more body by the PHA team.
Physical.
More physicality, yeah. It's more their game. I mean, they're a bigger team. They gotta learn to bump and grind out of this. Just not the R. Kelly way.
Yeah.
Puck goes underneath Connor's
Come
stick.
on.
Riley Gross not scared to throw the puck up as far as he can. The team makes a quick move, gets it over to Tatarin. Tatarin with the shot. Great blocker, saved by Gross. Rebound sits there in the front. And they're able to clear it away are the Cougars. Connors loses that puck once again. It goes to the Little Kelly. Little Kelly gets it to the sideboards here. Inside the neutral zone. Gets sent down to the Cougar area. Back to Griffin. Griffin gets knocked off the puck. There's Elder. He tries to throw it in deep. Connor stops it halfway. And the official gives him a couple of choice words as it gets thrown into his pads. Comes out to the neutral zone. Couple of stick checks, 1-on-3. Roscoe tries to get in there. Pioneer gets it up quick, gets it up to Colby Bear. Colby's got Captain Aikens on him. Loses the puck, gets it sent in. We've got just under a minute here left in the second period. I'd like to thank the Pilot Mound Millennial Recreation Complex for the game day sponsor today. And that goes just wide of the crease. And we'll get a stoppage for icing. So Maddie, we covered Donnybrook, we covered NHL 20, we covered the Flyers, talked a little about Supplement King. Didn't expect to be put to work today on the Sunday morning, eh?
Nope.
Nope?
It's all right.
It's always good to come back and say hi to the boys, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, I've done this before.
You know what, and I'm glad you have, because I tell you, when I first interviewed you, man, you were one little scared dog.
Oh, I bet
You didn't know what you the ums and the uhs
You
and
have
the...
to take me out of my shell.
You're out of your candy-coated shell now, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of candy-coated shells, you a peanut, chocolate, or an almond kind of guy?
Chocolate,
There you go, okay.
for sure.
He's just sweet on the inside, ladies. That's you heard it here first. Matty Harold, number 10 with the Winkler Flyers. I want to say thanks for joining us in the second period as it winds down here. Seeing a little more physicality from the boys in blue. Probably see it carry over into the third period as we have a 3-1 hockey game at the after 40 minutes here at Blackjack Stewart Arena. Matty, want to say hi to anybody? Maybe dad, mom?
Oh, yeah, sure. If they're watching, hello. And to everyone else, all the other Pilot Mound parents that I might know out there, we'll see you guys soon.
Matty Harold, everybody with the Winkler Flyers watching his alma mater. 3-1 is your score after 40. We'll be right back third period. Gordy Tomlinson's going to come join us before we take off, and then we'll do a third period right and early. After 40 minutes, the score is 3-1 here. The Herd on top of PHA. Joining me now is the beautiful Ginger Collins. We found the sign, Ginger, right?
We did.
We're glad we got the sign up here. We also are holding the most important part of a fundraising initiative we have here in Pilot Mound. Let's talk a little bit about it.
So it's Bearing It All for the Community Take Two. It's a community calendar with 55 to 90-year-old men posing almost in the buff and in different poses, and they did it for the community.
The best thing about this calendar was, I'm not at 55 yet, but the second best thing is the vignettes that they're told in each month and the stories that bring this community together.
That's right. So each person has a story, and they're all individualized. They talk about their lives. They talk about why they decided to pose for the calendar. So most of it was to give back, to provide support for the Pilot Mound Millennium Recreation Complex, and just to be part of the project that they believe in.
Our game day sponsor is the Pilot Mound Millennial Recreation Complex.
That's right.
And this calendar raises a lot of money for it, as well as I'm so impressed that this complex is run by volunteers.
All strictly volunteers.
Like,
there isn't one paid employee in this building.
Absolutely amazing for the amount of, like, from the ice scraping to the concessions, the timekeepers, the maintenance in the building. Truly amazing.
That's right. And so we have groups that we do, and about 3 times a year for a week we clean, we cook, we do whatever we need to do, and the Zamboni drivers do the same thing. So.
Keeping this place absolutely gorgeous. The story of this building in itself is quite amazing. I mean, having it built, a group of the the founding fathers, pretty much of Pilot Mound,
That's right.
finding the building, putting it up in the decade that it took to build it up,
About 10
and now
years.
it's the community center hub
That's right.
of Pilot Mound and surrounding area.
That's right. And we soon to open our Tivoli Theater,
Yeah.
100 seats, and the museum. So hopefully in the next month or two we'll have those going.
So we'll have some grand openings for that as well. Maybe a
will.
hockey game or two at the same
That's
time.
right. Hopefully.
Ginger Collins, I want to thank you very much for joining us.
you.
It is the Legends of Pilot Mound, bearing it all for the community. Take 2 calendar,
Yeah.
$25 a piece,
5 for 100.
and Ginger will personally deliver them if needed.
I will,
Right on. Like
especially to California.
California, we're calling you. I might send them down there. We'll have to make sure the pictures are in color next time.
Right.
It's probably better that they're not because we don't
That's
get a
right.
lot of sun up here in
Yeah,
Manitoba.
That's right. It hides a lot.
We'll be hides a lot. We'll be right back with the third period. Pilot Mound up 3-1 against PHA. We're back here with third period action where the Pilot Mound Buffalo are up 3-1 on Prairie Hockey Academy. I'd like to thank Ginger Collins for joining us during the periods. Talk about the importance of the Pilot Mound Millennial Recreation Complex here and the important initiatives they've had, raising funds for the program that here that's completely run by volunteers. So impressive. First whistle. I asked him to come during the first game, yes, third period. Oh, no. Glenn. Next game here. Next game, because we did the boys. He was at the boys last game. Working on organizing here, trying to get a third period guest, but we'll see what happens. Got the girls doing their preliminary warm-ups, getting ready for their 1 p.m. tilt against Rink Hockey Academy. We are awaiting something. What? I don't know yet. Bit of a discussion between Centerman. Colby Bear 2 minutes boarding there as the call is made. Akins goes cross ice to Hrechka. Hrechka with the shot, and that is blocked partially before it gets to the goaltender. Elder gets the loose puck on the side while he is checked quickly, but kept out of the puck. Aids Ewart sent all the way down the ice. 1:25 left here on the power play. I'd like to thank everybody for watching here on the Pilot Mound Hockey Television Network in association with Amateur Sports TV. Down here at Blackjack Stewart Arena, where we have the Pilot Mound male varsity Buffaloes up 3-1 against the PHA Cougars, who hail from just outside Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Puck is in the zone. Blue Body's in front, and it goes through 2 sets of skates and unavailable to get the puck on a stick for a scoring chance. Akins has to go D to Hrechka. Hrechka goes in, and it gets sent into the zone, tipped there by the forward as they go for a change. And we'll get a delayed icing call, as did not get touched by the PHA players, so the faceoff will come down all the way. 40 seconds left on the power play here for PHA. Face-off is won, and it's kept in the zone for a couple of seconds here. Dragged in by Tatarin. Tatarin giving chase, a little bit of a hook. Got to be careful there. The puck gets sent back in and all the way behind the net. PHA able to get to the neutral zone and dump it in as Krabashewski. Krabashewski gets against Ewart, and there's a couple of bodies banging there along the close boards. Bull has to be careful, picks his head up just at the nick of time. Out come the slot, it comes and gets blocked there, and it gets sent all the way down. No icing is the call as Riley Gross sends it up to the red line, where there is Lee. Lee sends it over, and it gets put to the far wall, out of harm's way, unable to get out of the zone as Pilot Mound. Ewart grabs the loose puck, starts putting a couple of skates together, gets it across to Falkovich. Falkovich using that speed to get by the player, as is Connors. He's by Connors. Gritty forward there from the paw, gets it out front. McKee unable to get to the loose puck. It's kept in there by Coffin. Coffin sends it in back into the corner, where Connors has it. He does a spin around, gets it across the far wall to the sideboards, and PHA will get it out of the zone. They go D to D, and it gets brought back into the zone. Across to Ashworth. Ashworth then gets it in over to the defenseman and gets it sent into the zone. Gone 16:30 here in the third. McDonald gets a pass Gets it taken off his stick by Hrechka. Hrechka, a couple of bodies bumped there in the corner. Spence keeps it, but just brings it offside before the players could get back onside. 16-15 left in the third period. Face-off will come just to the outside of the blue line, where we'll see Spence, Kalujic, and McDonald for the forward line for the Buffalo. Face-off was dropped just a little too soon. We'll get the PHA team set up. They were just awaiting an extra change, but nonetheless they'll get it figured out here. The whistle as the puck hit somebody on the RHA or the PHA bench. We'll do it all over again here from the same spot. Face-off is won by PHA. Hrechka gets it. Gets intercepted there by Spence. As Spence is able to get the puck, and it's sent down for icing. And we'll get another stoppage in play here. A little bit slower here in the third period as we try to get some orderlies set up. Some bodies are banging. Some penalties called here early in the third. But nonetheless, 5-on-5 hockey here. Face off to the right of Riley Gross. He's had a pretty good second and third period, able to keep the game close for the team. Oh, off the post and out. A seeing eye shot. Blocked there by Aikens. Isaacirk couldn't get the shot through. Isaacirk gives Aikens chase, loses his balance. But he still makes a good hard battle with Tatarin on the loose puck with Aikens. Out with the loose puck comes PHA, gets sent down to Isaacirk. Isaacirk gets pinched along the boards below the goal line. Finally gets up to Elder. Elder looking for a cross ice and finds Tynan Uritt. We get another stoppage in play here. We have face off on the Pilot Mound side of neutral. 10, 11, 12 line out there for Pilot Mound. Face-off is won by Pilot Mound. Quick D-to-D up to McKee. McKee and Falkovich go 2-on-2. Prairie looking for the hit and just avoiding it was McKee. Falkovich quick with the shot on. Rebound is there, but clearly put away by Prairie. Face-off, penalties coming up. A delayed call against the Buffalo. Be a sloshing call against the forward as he was a little bit too malicious with the stick. The number 12 will be going off, Nicholas McKee, for 2 minutes or less with the sloshing call. Ashworth will be centering Kitzner and Douglas there on the forward line for PHA. Puck gets cleared away by the Pilot Mound defenseman all the way down. Good way to start this penalty kill. PHA looking to set up the outlet, finding a long stretch pass over to Kitzner. Kitzner gets it up to Ashworth. Ashworth gets in, hard angle shot, rebound in front, and the rebound gets cleared away by the Pilot Mound defense. And now finally sent all the way down through the neutral zone, back behind Riley Gross's net, and we'll do it all over again. 1:26 left in the power play. Still the same penalty killers on for the Herd as they're able to go 2 for 2 on the stretch. Pass up to Hrechka, the defenseman, loses it off his stick. Paul will give chase, but it will be an icing call here as the pass was touched on this side of the red. Face-off will come to the left of Riley Gross. 14:09 left in the third period here. 1:13 in the power play. Puck is down deep into the Pilot Mound territory. Lee grabs the loose puck, trying to make a centering pass. Good body there by Bull, shoves the older man up, and the shot goes on the side of the net. Behind the goal it goes yet again. Ashton Paul really strong on the stick there. And we see a little bit of a gratuitous stick. Maybe one of those penalties that you think wasn't called first, but then gets called secondly. Rod Collins, how are you?
Good, good.
How have the boys been playing this morning?
Well, they pretty much controlled the game. I thought, it's still tight, but
it's one of
made
those
some
games.
good plays.
It's one of those games. Whoever gets the next goal is really going to either separate the lead, make it a longer lead, or make it a closer game. And for the Herd, they'd like to get one here on the power play, which they'll get in the 44 seconds. They'll play some 4-on-4 hockey here for the first little bit. Colby Bear gets it across to Larkins. Larkins with the shot. Rebound is there, but it's quickly covered up. Different style of the goaltenders for Prairie hockey. First of all, the glove hands are the difference. Riley was having a bit of an issue with the rebounds in the first. Pilot Mound able to jump to a quick 2-0 lead on a couple of mess-ups on some loose pucks in his pads.
Yeah, he's played well since then, though. Very well.
Yeah, he's turned his game around. Definitely kept his team in the better half of the second and this third period.
Right.
And Prairie hockey scoring the last goal. They're using the body a lot more in the third. One of those things where, Rod, you can't hit what you can't catch. And the speed of this male varsity team is certainly prevalent in these last two games.
Yeah, we got good speed on pretty much all three lines. A little inexperienced in making some plays when we get chances, but that'll come. But they are a physical team, there's no doubt.
Absolutely, yeah. Icing call there. We're going to face off to the right side. We talked yesterday, Rod, about taking a play that's not there but making something out of nothing, and how important that is for this, both the male and the female team, because we talk about offense. It's so hard to really, you take their chances and you take the advantages of the other team's mistakes, and making something out of nothing is so crucial in this game these days.
Yeah, it is, and those are little things that I think as the more confidence they get, those things will start to happen. I like to see individual, just slight moves, head up play, make that little play there. Everybody says, wow, how'd they see that play, or how'd they make that play? But that's what we're looking for out of our team.
Absolutely. Shot is cleared all the way down right into Jose's crease area, but he's very careful not to touch it as Coffin sets up behind the net. We have 45 left on the power play for Pilot Mound. 5-on-4 hockey we have as it goes rink wide to Holland, unable to hold on to the puck. And that is McKee working up deep, getting a little bit of a body there. Pinched, if you will, but there is Holland again. Holland is so quick and so responsive to knowing where to go in the open ice to find the loose puck. And 9 times out of 10, both are found in the same place for him.
Yeah, he anticipates well. He's going where the puck's going to be, and that's a special skill.
A huge plus. Great cross-ice pass by Holland over to Bull. Behind the net it comes, looking out front, off the skate, rebound, just sent across the ice. And Connor is there, and Connor throws it a little too high. In the NHL, that'd be 2 minutes for delay a game, but in the CSS, they just allow players to change it when the puck leaves the zone.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
You think they'd ever put rules like that into amateur hockey, or is it just something that they won't see?
I don't think we'll see that in amateur hockey, At the NHL level, I guess they know better, but some of these kids don't. So it's a moot point, but you never know what the rules they do nowadays.
That is true. What have you seen from Mr. Jose Gauthier Hermos in today's game? Pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's been good. Hasn't had a lot of chances on him, but he's been good.
He's had a lot of shots low.
Yeah.
Not a lot of great scoring chances by PHA, but you still got to make those saves, right?
Yeah.
A 5-on-5 hockey as the power play comes to an end. Colby Bear bumps there pretty good with Goretzka on the boards. Elda does the same thing. He's trying to soften up this team in blue that's quite bigger. They love to use the body. They just haven't been able to use it to their advantage in both games so far.
Well, our kids, I got to hand it to them. They're in there competing in those situations. If they get knocked down, they get back up and still compete, So that's all we ask of our kids. I just like to see them make a few more plays.
Great pass over. Oh, and a save made by Riley Gross. Going inside and outside. That was Eli Delp. Good to see him back after that big hit he took in the second. Getting a skate pass right into his wheelhouse. Just couldn't find the top corner. But we'll get a face off here to the left of the netminder, who, like you said, has kept his team in the game here, the second and third. Kept it very close. And for the PHA team, they got to find a goal here to make it a one-goal game. The time is slowly running out. Still about 10 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the third. Shot is sent wide on the netminder across ice, and Delp gets it up to the blue line and none further. It's still in the neutral zone here. McDonald's going to try again. He gets it to the blue line, and that's about as far as it gets as Kelly stops it there. Does a couple of circles looking for an extra open pass. Finds Hatchie. Hatchie gets it loosely to Coffin. Probably wanted to get a little bit harder into the zone, but nonetheless, a lot of deflections now. Broken plays.
Get a little scrambly.
Great pass, rebound there. Great two shots by McKee. Another one of those fast guys in the 10, 11, 12 line. They're buzzing, and it's there. A great shot by McKee, finding the low glove side in that 20-80% rule, or 80% of the shots, 20% of the shots taken below the glove, 80% of them go in. McKee finding that lower pocket, making it a 4-1 game. We just said 2 minutes ago, Rod, how important that next goal is, stretching the lead versus making it a closer game. And Pilot Mound decided to take matters in their own hands. That buzzing line of 10, 11, 12. Great to watch over the last game and a half here. They've got some chemistry real quick in the beginning of this season.
Yeah, they're impressive kids.
Did they find you or you find them? Do you remember?
No, two of them came to me, and no, actually three. All three came to us. Well, we did some recruiting, obviously, with them, convinced their parents this is a place for them to be.
Yeah.
And I see great future for them.
The recruiting process has definitely been strengthened over the last 3 or 4 years with the technology, as well as the improvements of player visibility all around North America and the world, really.
Yeah.
Do we ever, was there ever an opportunity to take a team from over, or a couple of players to get them over from overseas and bring them in, or?
Yeah, I have some contacts that I've been working on, girls and boys, overseas and in Asia, actually. So it may be something down the road, but there's a lot of competition for kids from all over the world, for these programs.
Absolutely, no, it's definitely one of those things as a program. You need to be on top of your game 12 months of the year. And you really don't have a chance to stop, Rod. Like we've said that before. I mean, these kids are being visible and being reviewed constantly. Whether it be a live game or a game that's saved by Jose, is able to get that rebound away from harm. Great job by Colby Bear to get that out to the zone, into the neutral area where Hrechka just dumps it back in. Center field opportunity for Jose, making the glove save.
That's got to come out there.
Yeah, that's that 4-foot rule I talk a lot about, where you have 4 feet inside the blue line, 4 feet outside the blue line. Winning those battles will win hockey games. We talk a lot about that in the professional game as well. A couple of Jets just learning how to get the puck out of that 4-foot spot, but it gives the opportunity for your defense to reset, number one, and number two, put pressure on their defense, knowing that they may have an opportunity to defend against a flying set of forwards.
Yeah. Well, their only goal was just that situation down here where we didn't clear it, got to the point shot, the rebound, and in.
Exactly.
So that, like you just mentioned, that's that 6 or 4 feet there that you got to manage next to your own blue line, or their blue line.
It is definitely a stat. I mean, for all those statisticians out there, if they recorded chances to get the puck out of the zone, if you were able to record the percentages on that, you'd probably see it's almost like time of possession in football or soccer for that matter, where the team that has the improvements on both of those stat lines, much like in hockey, whoever wins the battle at the blue line is going to win the hockey game as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's the way it is, and it's a small part of the game, yet it's a big part of the game. But
shot there goes wide.
As we manage. You know, the thing I noticed here with these kids are playing very well. We haven't given up hardly any odd man rushes.
Oh.
And so we're being fairly disciplined, and we manage the puck pretty well. So that's very impressive for me.
Coach Rick said that yesterday while I was talking to him, and he said the team is just gelled and they work as a unit on the ice. All five know where they have to be. They have the great structure and the importance of playing within that game plan, like you said, knowing they have a third man high so they're not caught on any odd man rush, knowing that they need two on the forecheck, making sure that they have the right personnel in place so they're never caught off guard.
Yeah, we've been structured fairly well, and although we don't emphasize that a lot, because we want them to read and react and make good decisions.
Puck is brought back low to Connors. Connors goes D to D over to Ashworth, gets it up. Arthurton's giving chase. Bit of a battle there between the two bigger guys. The puck is down low below the goal line. Ashworth's able to get it up to their defenseman who sends it back below the goal. It's Connor Coffin. Curtis Coffin, sorry. Curtis has really impressed me. He plays like a number 7 I know back in the 80s. Off the mask.
Yeah.
And Paul Coffey. I mean, he knows how to move the puck well. Great low shot. Great poise back there. All the defensemen have really good poise early in the season.
He came to us through an agent actually who coached in Chilliwack in the BC League.
Yeah.
And played for me at Notre Dame, so he recommended him to us. And, we're glad to have him. Great kid too.
Yeah, I mean, the defensemen are poised. I mean, that's probably the word I would express over the last 2 games. They're rarely out of position.
Right.
And if they are, they're backed up by their forwards. Secondly, they've got great, vision on the ice. Finding the open ice, finding the open skater, not making errant passes, which helps maintain the possession of the puck.
Yeah.
Lee and Coffin going in deep again to help him.
He just did a good job on that right there.
Yeah, the fact he was able to pivot, move, turn, and put himself in a defensive position while Tatarin's able to get that puck out for him. Like those little things that are done, they save time and energy, and it gets the puck 200 feet away from your net.
Yeah.
And there's Eli Delp putting pressure on Walker. Douglas gets into the zone. Just over 4 minutes here. Puck gets to the front, and it's stopped there before it gets into harm's way. Back down below comes Ashton Paul. So those types of blind passes we just see there, those defense on the white team aren't making them.
No.
Like they pick the vision, two strides, and they're making a pass, and a good pass off the boards because McDonald off the dinger, right off the crossbar was McDonald. A great looking shot there, just ain't able to beat it. Great low pad save on that hard shot by Ashton Paul. I'd say Ashton was one of the better dressed men yesterday wearing the red and black.
Yeah, he's young too, and he's got some poise.
Yeah, I mean, like, just watching how they're able to advance the puck so smart and effectively is really impressive. So early in the season.
Yeah, right there, great play.
Great pass up to McDonald with a partial break. He's got Delp with him. And good hounding by Pevershuski to keep that shot out of harm's way. There is Holland, not giving the business, just moving away from danger. Smart move. The goaltender does not have his stick at the current moment. Little pop there by Holland. As he kept in the zone by Hall for a second, but Falkovich is there backing up his defenseman who is making the pinch.
He's a good two-way player.
I make comments calling him the 10, 11, 12 line. They remind me of my favorite movie, the 16, 17, and 18. But they don't put the foil on like they did back in the day, Rod.
No.
These guys don't have to put the foil on. They put on the stick tape and they just pop the pucks in the twine.
I guess
That's
I'm
what these
dating
guys do.
myself a little bit, but I played against and with a couple of guys in Slapjack.
Oh yeah? You probably got some good stories at the back in the day there.
Oh yeah.
Talked about the Horton family and playing with one of the nephews or?
Yeah. Tim's nephew, yeah.
There you go, yeah. Back when it was old time hockey, like Toe Blake, Eddie Shore, Dick Clapper.
No,
Not that old?
not that old.
Back doors there as Larkins was scooting in. Colby Bear working the puck down low, smart and effective, trying to keep possession of it. Jason Larkins, again, another one of those defensemen making the smart pinch. Able to keep it in for a second there, but it gets sent into the neutral zone where Tiny Newert has to.
He'll slow this down to exactly what we got to do.
You realize there's no rush really when it's a 4-1 hockey game. Set up the power play, set up the breakout properly, keep possession of the puck, try to get into the zone. Tataryn here will get the loose puck. Again, setting it up, looking for some open ice. Just missing Colby Bear there. It'll go down all the way for an icing call here with 1:05 left in the power play. Rod, where are we at next weekend? We got the boys in next weekend?
I believe the boys are here for
Saturday
2
and Sunday, that's right?
games with International Hockey Academy. Yeah,
They usually bring a pretty good squad into town.
yeah, they do. Yeah,
Now, are those league games or are they?
they're league games.
Okay, so good Thanksgiving weekend tilt.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of those
Should be
things,
good.
it should be good. We'll be here, Pilot Mound Hockey Television, as well as Amateur Sports TV. One of those things where you put the bird in the oven, come watch some hockey for 2 hours, and the bird's done.
As long as the power doesn't go out, I
As
guess.
long as the power doesn't go, that's right. Coffin with a quick shot there, kept in there by Kalujic. Kalujic gets it into Spence. Michael Spence working down deep, gets the puck up to the point to Coffin. Coffin goes down low back to Spence. Him and Michael Spence are playing past to one another. It gets to the blue line and not out. Coffin keeps the puck in. Great vision, great save by Riley Gross. Unbelievable play there.
Yep.
Like backdoor special over to Bull. Another new defense, both new defensemen here in Coffin and Bull. Where was Bull from?
He was actually at Notre Dame last year.
He was, yeah. Another small town in Wilcox, Saskatchewan. Spent about a month or so there in my life as well.
Oh, really?
Got a couple of camps in August and decided to come back home instead of playing the junior program back in, oh, now I'm dating myself.
Yeah, you are.
94, 95 maybe?
Yeah.
So, got a bit of a mix-up and a glove pass. We'll get a face-off here. 23 seconds left. Yeah, it was an interesting story there. 3 weeks in a row and had to make a quick decision. Do I want to stay or do I want to go? And I chose to come back home. I was only 14 at the time and here I am now.
Yeah.
Talking to another fellow Wilcox, Saskatchewan person, spent some time there as well. So,
Yeah, 8 years.
well, still have all the wonderful. I remember seeing, who was it? Curtis Joseph,
Right.
Kent Manderville.
Yeah.
Kent Manderville was the guy that did our camp for us
Oh, yeah.
back in 94, 95. So it was great to see him. And he was a pretty big deal. Third liner for the Leafs back in the day. And
Yeah.
he had some good mitts on him. Lots of good stories about Donnie's and, you know, making sure he was mucking it up the right way.
Yeah, I remember him talking to me once about getting in a fight, and his first fight was up in Nipawin. He didn't do very well,
Nope.
but at least he felt good about getting into one.
Right on. Little Kent Manderville shout out. If anyone knows him, tell him we say hello. Rod Collins, thanks for joining me as the end of the game begins. 4-1 is our score. Very similar to yesterday's game. We'll do a wrap up here with a couple of interviews from both teams. And we'll be on our way with the next game, which will be the female varsity team taking on the Rink Hockey Academy at 1 p.m. We'll be right back with some interviews from both teams. Stay with us. here with Brandon Kelly of the Prairie Hockey Academy. Tough sledding out there, lots of hitting, lots of banging. Just not able to get enough pucks in the zone.
Yeah, it doesn't help much when you're hitting if you can't generate anything off that. So I guess we'll have to go back this week, figure out some system stuff, and try to get ready for next weekend.
You're not the only Kelly on the team. You have your little brother with you as well.
Yeah.
What's it like playing with the little guy?
It's not that bad yet, but
Not yet.
yeah, hopefully keeps playing well and we can get this losing thing figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. Growing back with your little brother, did you guys grow up playing together, working together? Do you have that sense on the ice of where each other are going to be on the ice?
Well, this is our first year of hockey together, but we've been playing football together for a while, and just, we should know where each other are. We've been together for 15 years.
You should after 15 years know
Yeah,
each other, right?
should have it figured out.
Brandon, your game is bumping, grinding, getting pucks deep. Is that going to be part of the plan going back to the drawing board this week?
Yeah, hopefully one of the stronger parts of my games, and so hopefully I keep doing that and work on the weaker stuff and just get better over the year.
As one of the gentlemen that's wearing the letter on the jersey, well, how important is your role as a leadership for teams, especially on the road, as well as working with yourself being one of the first-year players, helping out the first-year players and becoming part of this group and gelling so fast?
Yeah, we definitely need to work on that, just figuring each other out, and hopefully us leaders can bring the team together and hopefully going forward just gel on the ice and see that play out for us.
Well, I want to thank you very much for your time. Safe ride home, and look forward to seeing you during the season.
Yeah, thank you.
Here with the winning goaltender from the Pilot Mound Hockey Academy, Buffalo. No way, Jose Gutierrez. Congratulations on the first win for yourself. The second win this weekend. How does it feel to get 4 points out of 4?
Pretty good. It's supposed to be a pretty good team. So our coach is really happy with the way we played, and the team played great all weekend.
Wasn't a very busy day for you. Lots of shots low, very strong on the pads. Is that your forte to your game, or is it what part of your game do you really think keeps you in there for 60 minutes?
Definitely low shots. Smaller goalie, and I cover the bottom of the net pretty well. Move around pretty good too.
That's the other thing. You move from side to side extremely well. A lot of those rebounds, except for that one goal, were steered aside very quickly. And your defense and your teammates made sure there were very little second chance shots and rebounds put on you.
Yeah, the defense played super good, like unbelievable.
Yeah, watching these two games and the players in front of both you and Jordan McGinnis have been pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Talk about how quickly this team has glued and gelled together in a fast month.
Well, like we played here, I think a month ago against High School Elite, and the team that we saw this weekend is just a million times better. And like just the road trips and everything, like the team is really coming together, and they're really close too.
Yeah, it's you know what? Talk about the road trips. I mean, you guys were in Minnesota a couple weeks ago. You're just outside Calgary last weekend. You go back to back this weekend. Talk about finishing up this weekend 4 for 4. Next week we'll be with you for Thanksgiving weekend. what are you going to do to prepare for this next weekend's games?
Just practice hard, work out hard, and just focus mentally for the games.
Fabulous. Jose, you want to say hi to anybody before we say goodbye? Mom and Dad in Winnipeg?
No, they're here right now somewhere.
Okay. So you get to see the first
I'll
W.
say hi to my mom.
How to your mom? Okay.
Hi, Mom.
Right on. She picked the right one. Hi, Mom. Jose. No way, Jose. Go Che Ramos. Thank you very much, and congratulations again on the first win. The Mound Hockey Academy here, 4-0 victory yesterday and a 4-1 victory early this morning with the Prairie Hockey Academy Cougars. We'll send off and say goodbye for now. We'll be back at 1 p.m. with the Pilot Mound Varsity Girls taking on the Rink Hockey Academy.